You remember this ad? He's not selling cornflakes. Hi everybody, and a warm welcome back to Maple Leaf Customs in Switzerland. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today is a 1:64 scale Playart brand Esso tanker truck. I've never seen one before, but I got this in a mail call from friend of the channel, Guy Young, along with so many other great castings, a few of which have already made their way onto my hobby bench. This is going to be a straight-up restoration job today. I want to keep it as original as possible, and you're going to see why I think this is the best-made diecast that I've ever handled. Other than this simple plastic interior and, of course, the glass, it's entirely metal. I'm going to refurbish and keep these original wheels. And the rest just needs to be cleaned up and resprayed in the same colors. This is the part that lets it down the most. I'll go to work on those scratches and corners. Wish me luck. And look at this. Everything has got metal posts in it. So I drilled out the first set. That releases the cab. Inside this two-piece back assembly, more rivets. I'm going to need to grind them down too. This one goes back nearly 50 years, when they were really making solid toys. I'm actually favorably impressed. There are 4 pieces to strip the paint off of in this project. Same procedure for each one of them. I set these off to the side for the paint stripper to do its work, which usually takes only about 10 or 15 minutes, depending on the quality of the paint job that the diecast company did on it. I actually got about 100% removal in a very short time. Minimal body work was required, so I didn't show that. I'm now priming them up all similarly in a matte white. No troubles with anything so far. Coming up very soon, I've got a Hot Wheels Corvette C8 conversion. I'm making a Sebring racer out of it. The Diecast International Builders are holding their 4th annual tribute to Scott Opa Coster on June 20th. The next Four Horsemen theme is Barn Find, the end of June, and on July 1st I'm hosting my annual Canada Day Diecast Invitational. Let me know in the comments below if you're in. After a little bit of digging around online, I discovered that Playart was a toy company owned by Hong Kong industrialist Duncan Tong that specialized in die-cast toy cars similar in size and style to Hot Wheels, Matchbox, and Tomica. Cars were well done, but were often die-cast seconds from other companies like Yatming. For instance, the Thunderbird, the Barracuda, and the AMX are all very similar to earlier Mattel Hot Wheels offerings. The Porsche 910, the Man from Uncle Oldsmobile, and the Alfa P33 are also similar to the Husky and Corgi Jr. dies. Plastic cars and trucks in 1:43 and 1:24 scale were also made, while trains and other themed toys appeared too. Playart cars were mostly distributed with the name Freewheelers, the in-house brand of toy cars for Woolworth. During the late 70s and early 1980s, Sears sold blister packaged Playarts as roadmates. McCrory stores had a line of Playart vehicles called Freewheelers. The American distribution company for Playart was Model Power, which focused on train accessories. The small-sized cars were packaged under this name as Road Kings. So they got around, but they were disguised by many different names. Today's community shout-out goes to the YouTube channel Scale Chaser, where you'll see diecast reviews and unboxings and some very well done stop-motion photography. Check it out. Right. At this point I had settled in with a fresh cup of coffee and I started to go to work on this blue plastic windshield, which I received in this scratched up and ratty condition, which is simply die-cast forensic evidence that this one was well loved and well played with. I go through a series of sanding sponges right up to 12,000. I probably spent 30 minutes on this, but those scratches were so deep I could still see them. Very frustrating, as I wanted to go all original on this one. But having gone this far, I thought maybe a good coating of Pledge Revive will hide those. So I went through the regular process of dipping the windshield and putting it under cover for about 24 hours to see what the results would be, and they were not favorable. It was usable, but I thought I'll take another path and vacuum form a clear windshield for the gas tanker. I'll leave you in suspense to wonder if I used the original blue or the vacuum form clear windshield in the end. Now for some decals on top of the fresh paint. It's only the blue tanker itself that gets the Esso logo treatment on the back and on both sides, over top of some ghost white decals that I laid down first. I find these online on Google Images and print my own on blue-backed waterslide decal paper for my Hewlett-Packard LaserJet toner cartridge printer. After curing overnight, that'll get clear-coated tomorrow to protect the decals. Giving attention to the original plastic wheels now, they got a hot, soapy bath. I'm using a Gaahleri aluminum metallic marker to highlight the chrome rims that have been worn away over time. I also went over the wheels themselves with some black semi-gloss paint. Here's the first reveal that the clear vacuum form windshield was the winner in that standoff. Plastic interior simply got washed and cleaned. Same original color, and these are all of the resprayed metal bits in the original colors. Everything came out looking so new and shiny. Those are even original axles that slip in underneath the plastic suspension piece. Now I can mate the interior and the top section of the cab. Everything's going to get carefully glued back together because those rivets were way too narrow to drill and tap. The two-piece rear section, blue on top of yellow, fits onto the original post snugly and squarely. Also get in some super glue, and in this case a little bit of baking soda on top of the wet glue for an extra strong hold. I puff it out from this little plastic bottle with a sharp nozzle. Two more metal rivets get glued. Now the back assembly can rejoin the cab. It's all dried up and ready to handle. Let's have a closer look. Everything's original except for the clear glass. That's too bad, but the scratched up blue version was just not gonna pass muster. Try as I did, and this I think is an improvement. Otherwise, original wheels and metal parts, fresh respray all around and Esso decals. Still rolls like a champ. Thanks again, Guy, for sending this classic piece to me along with all the others. This one took me back to my hobby channel roots, just doing a straight up restoration, which is all that's required every now and then. I invite you to leave your respectful comments below to tell me what you think of this restoration job and whether or not you remember Playart toys or maybe have one or two in a shoebox in the closet now. This one is kid-friendly with a solid windshield replacement, so it's going to make its way to the Goodwill store as a giveaway. Thanks so much for visiting my channel again today. Come on back soon and often. It's coffee time.